Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day and welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast. Diz, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you? Good to be here.
Always good to be here, Diz.
Absolutely, mate. And we've got a really great episode coming up today. Father-son duo.
Yes, we've got Cadel from
Yes.
the Junior Angler, Reeling in Junior Anglers Ambassador program coming in.
Yes, a real up-and-comer, I'd say, in the wreck fishing scene.
He's very keen, Cadel. We have met him in person down at the West Lakes Fishing Showcase.
Yes, yeah, that was a spectacular day. So we look forward to having a chat with Cadel and his dad.
Yeah, Tim's going to come on and share a bit of a parent's perspective on the program as well.
Yeah, we'll get the 5 questions and chat all things fishing with them, so that'll be really good. Rhodey, let's get into our oranges and lemons because we've got a bit to chew through before we do get our guest on for the day. So I might just kick us off with the oranges to start with. And great weekend away, long weekend over at Mum and Dad's place at Black Point. So that was fantastic.
It was, Diz. We think we ended up with 38 whiting for the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say did we give that a pass mark?
I think it's a pass mark. It wasn't like solely a fishing. We weren't out there for hours on end.
No.
It was really get out, try and get some fish. If they're there, they're there. If they're not, they're not.
Because we had, 8 of us there in total, sort of over the course of the weekend. And
we had babies and we had all sorts of stuff going on. So it wasn't a sole fishing weekend, but good to catch some whiting. We got a handful of squid.
We probably had 2 really good sessions where we just got into them.
Yeah, I think we got 23 on the Saturday Arvo.
Yeah, that was good. I was manning the bait board and pulling fish off the girls. So
if any others are listening, I think I got 21 out of the 23 or close to it.
But it was great because by the time you sort of send everybody on their merry way with 5 fish or so, give them a feed.
Yeah,
it's good. We sort of had a couple of packs ourselves, but by and large, everybody else left with a good couple of feeds of fish already. So
and we paid our rent to your parents in whiting fillets.
Yes, we did. That was good. $90 a kilo. So
they're doing well out of it.
They are. They're probably in front.
All right, Diz, and my orange for this week is I did have a birthday a couple of weeks ago, a week and a half ago now, and Lucy got me paid for a charter down to Port Mac Fishing Charters.
Yeah, probably the most orange part about this is that I'm a benefactor.
So we are
to tag along.
We are sort of penciled in for next weekend to go out chasing some barrels, Diz.
Yes, can't wait. This will be our second mission down there.
Hopefully more successful than the first.
Yeah, our first trip was by no means successful. I think we really didn't catch much at all for the day.
We caught donuts.
Certainly didn't get any tuna. A good day out. I mean, great to explore some new territory. Certainly at the time our boat wasn't capable of fishing those waters.
No.
But going to be really good to get down there again. Hopefully the weather plays the game.
It will, Diz. It's always it's pretty rough waters out there, so we are fingers crossed on that front. But Port Macdonald Fishing Charters, we're really looking forward to it. And absolutely no doubt, if we do get into the fish, you'll be sure to hear about it.
Oh yeah. And we'll be sending out a few messages for anybody who wants some tuna. So a bit going, I reckon. Right, everybody. I'll kick off the lemons, mate, and just excuse me if I muddle my words like I just did then, because I'm really running on some pretty low batteries at the moment with some a real lack of sleep.
Yeah, Diz, why is that, mate? What, you've been up late night?
Teething kids is just not good. You sent me the Batuta Advocate post the other day, and I just can't agree with that anymore. They really know how to lay it on and carry on when the teeth come through.
Yeah, Diz, look, we haven't got to that stage yet, but doesn't sound like that much fun.
Don't look forward to it. whatever you do. What's your lemon, ready?
Diz, I'm going to go... Look, it was a great weekend over at Black Point. Really enjoyed it. One downside was cleaning out the bait freezer is never a pleasant task.
Oh, yeah, it's not great. It's certainly not. It's kind of... Look, at the end of it, you're definitely going, geez, I'm glad I got rid of that.
The amount of times we've been out fishing, caught the bag of whiting, taken the boat out, filleted the fish, ended up with a bag of frames... What do we do with these boys? Just chuck them in the freezer. We'll get rid of them next time. We'll use them as crab bait.
Yeah.
There was about 300 whiting frames in the bottom of that freezer.
It was horrible,
And that's before we found the chicken sausages and dog bones.
Yeah, certainly the marrow bone sitting at the bottom of the freezer was a bit of a highlight, I guess, of cleaning out the bait freezer. That somehow snuck its way in there years ago, probably. Freezer burnt and to buggery. No good at all. Right, ready? That's good.
Yeah, Diz, it is. Let's get into the merch, Diz, because it's been a big week on the merch front.
Big week on the merch front. You've been very proactive on the social media side of things because we've got a bit, but goodness me, the beanies have sold like hotcakes.
They certainly have, Diz. There's a handful left of the first order of 50.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have put in another order, but that will be a few weeks.
Yeah.
So if you do want to get in on this first drop, I would be making contacts ASAP because they are going to sell out probably this week. I reckon next few days.
Yeah, I'd say probably by the end of the weekend.
Yeah, if all goes to
end of the weekend, early next week, we're not going to have any left.
So, then you'll be waiting a few weeks for the next lot.
Yeah, that's right. So we've got some more coming, which is really good. We'll get them dropped off down at Christie's again. Hopefully sell a few out of the pharmacy. We're going to get some down to great friends of the show, Boydie and Dan, down at Let's Go Fishing.
Yep. And we are happy to post them out for $5, which is a bargain, given postage rates these days.
The postage rates have gone through the roof, mate. $5 is a steal.
So, we'll post them out if you're, not around us. We're happy to post them rural or interstate or whatever else.
Yeah, and if you want a cap or a stubby, we've still got a few of them floating around as well. So caps 25, stubbies 10.
Beanies 25 too. I don't know if we mentioned that, did we? We might have.
Yeah, might have. But anyway, they're hot prices.
And we've got plenty of compliments on the design.
Yeah, they're good quality merch too.
They
are.
The
hats are One Rundle Trading Co.
These ones are thanks to Cheetah Teamwear.
Cheetah Teamwear, very good quality. Stubbies, really good. They're not your cheap stubbies where the glue pulls apart after your first 6-pack of beers or anything
full
like
stitching on these puppies.
They will last the test of time. You can throw them around the boat. You can whack them in the back of your ute. You can do whatever you want.
Have you given Ned one to suck on while he's teething?
No, I think.
I remember Maddie used to do that with George.
Teething toys.
I think they might double as teething toys.
New little merch range.
All right, Tiz, let's get into the news, mate. What do you got for us?
Well, the Wirrina boat ramp has been a topic of discussion, of course. Rhodey, there's been some upgrades.
There has, Diz. So, not so much upgrades, but they're starting to collect fees again. Is that an upgrade?
No.
Did you choose your word wrong then?
Yeah, no, I thought I'd just see whether we were all paying attention. I thought that might sort of razz a few people up because there's been some very disappointed people,
Actually, it does say here there has been some maintenance of the pontoons, but we're not sure that's upgrades.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that... We're not talking about like a brand new schmick, completely redeveloped boat ramp here.
No, I think they've literally just whacked a ticket machine in and say we're going to start charging you again. So the story is there was a shop there.
Yes.
And that shut up. I'm not exactly sure the reason for that. But March 2020, the Department for Infrastructure and Transport took over the management for the Wirrina Marina. Previously, you'd go into the shop to pay your fees.
Yep.
And it's been basically free from then till now. But now they are going to reintroduce fees to help with the ongoing maintenance and management of the marina.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume there'll be one of them ticket machines.
Yeah, well, I think somebody took a photo of an area where they'd sort of poured a bit of a slab with some bollards around it. which looked sort of primed to put one of those machines down.
And I think in line with other boat ramps around the place, it's going to be $10 for a single use.
Yeah.
I'm reading here $500 for a commercial fishing business annually,
Right.
or $1,000 for a charter.
There you go.
So anyway, interesting, Diz.
Well, I suppose. I wonder how many people have got a berth down there.
There's a few in there, isn't there? The fees are here on the same website.
How much does a berth cost you?
Look, Diz, it's all sorts of different rates, but if you're up to 9.9 metres, an overnight fee is $48 introductory, which is the first 12 months. $60 is a standard fee.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Or monthly, you can pay sort of $232 for your first month, $290 after the first 12 months per month.
Okay.
So it's reasonably expensive.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad if you were down there for like a month. If you did a 3-week holiday down there, it'd be worth your money to pay for a
Probably. Yeah.
berth.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd want to have some good fishing spots to be down there for a month.
Well, last time I went fishing out there, we caught full donuts on the whitings, so I would like to get some down there though.
Yeah, absolutely. Righto, Brody, that's good. So all the people heading down to Wirrina know they need to pack their wallet because they're going to be up for some fees before too long. Brody, tell us what PERS is breaking, some news around reduced Crayfish Pro fees.
So the Malinauskas Labor government has delivered on its election commitment to reduce licence fee for the rock lobster fishery by 50% for the 2022-2023 season.
Is that in light of the sort of reduction of sales to the Chinese market?
Well, it says here it's a practical and fast way for the state government to assist the SA rock lobster fishery who were impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic and the disruption to the Chinese market, which were both outside of their control.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So that's fair.
Yeah.
So good on them. They'll make a couple more dollars in their pocket this season.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of farmers that'll be happy with that.
A lot of tractor farmers.
Also a lot of farmers who see their, multi-million-dollar houses. Nah, look, I'm just joking. I'm sure there's a lot of them that are doing it tough, but it is good news that they've delivered on that promise already.
It is, Diz, and look, they have had a tough trot.
They have. Goodness me. Nobody would have seen the Chinese bloody government doing what they did, and nobody would have seen COVID coming. So it's welcome news for all, I'd say.
It is, Diz. All right, let's keep it moving. You have got another note here about the bloodworms, Diz.
Yeah, well, Rody, the bloodworm run is, of course, upon us.
Yeah.
And SA Angler sort of shared a wonderful little article on how to get amongst them.
Yeah.
And look, I'm certainly not going to claim to be an expert at bloodworms because, number one, I've never done it.
Yeah.
Right. Number two, my favourite way to buy bloodworms is to go down and see the boys at Let's Go Fishing and get some nitro ones.
Yeah.
But I am just going to pull a few little excerpts out of that article for you, Reddy.
And this is in the new winter edition of the SA Angler magazine, Diz?
Yes, correct.
We love the new format.
We absolutely love the new format. And so what I will say is the hot tips out of that article have been you need to go on the darkest, moonless nights on the biggest outgoing tides of June, July and August. So I believe those darkest moonless nights are the new moons.
Yep.
They're the nights to target them. They're also the nights, not right now because garfish are dabbing's a bit better, a bit more of a summer sport.
Yeah.
But you want those dark nights for dabbing.
You do, Diz. And
you're going to take a torch down there.
So what, you reckon kill two birds with one stone?
Well, I don't know. I've never done it, but I would have thought you might be wandering the flats and see a flounder. What are you going to do? Of course you're going to spear it.
You're going to get that boy.
If you're going to get that boy, of course you are. So you might consider taking a spear. So these are just options aplenty because I have heard that you can go down there and get donuts on the bloodworm front.
Yep.
It'd be pretty bleak going down there if it was freezing cold in June, July and August and coming back with no
So this is down the Port River we're talking, aren't we, Diz?
Yeah, Barker Inlet,
Yep.
I think, is a popular spot, but there are also others.
And there's a personal daily bag limit of 4 litres.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of bloodworms.
The article rightly points out that if you are on the night where they are sport, because of course this is in an effort for them to mate and reproduce, and so they're out there spawning and all the rest. But if you are lucky enough to be there, the article does suggest that you'll have bait for a year. So what can you catch with bloodworms? That's the real question.
Whiting?
Of course, they're good whiting.
Yep.
They're good whiting. At certain times of the year when you pull over whiting, you'll see them spew up some bloodworms.
Yep.
Clearly they're feeding on them. They're good for mullet.
Yep. Yellowfin whiting.
Yellowfin whiting as well. Another one, because they'll obviously be sort of lurking the flats, picking off, this, that, and the other. So
and I'm sure you get your Tommies and your salmon trout and those sorts on there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I suppose, Diz, we didn't get down and do any cockling last season.
No, we didn't.
This probably could be the alternative.
Yeah, good call.
So maybe we'll check the calendar and see if that night lines up. And
yeah, we should.
We should do it one year.
Yeah, we should. I'd be keen to go down there.
Take the boat down and cut the nets.
Yeah, I'd definitely be keen to go down and have a bit of a look. I think you can. I don't think you have to have the boat. I think you can walk, but
can you? Yeah.
It would be cold. Definitely.
You'd have your waders on.
Yeah, you would have your waders on. Absolutely.
All right, Diz, what's next?
Okay, Brody. So, absolutely, I'm not going to say it's imminent because there's still a way off before the snapper closure ends.
Yeah.
But there seems to be a fair bit of snapper discussion heating up. And maybe is it discussion? Is it speculation? Who knows? Who cares? At the moment, we haven't had any official announcements, to my knowledge, outside of the fact that the season opens in January 2020.
Yeah, so it's coming up early next year.
So I think we've sort of got about 6 months or thereabouts, and it seems to be quite commonly discussed that the new limits will be one per person.
That's certainly the word we're hearing.
Yes, and it looks as though there, again, possibly some speculation that there may not be any restrictions on long lining.
Again, that's what we're hearing, but
which is concerning.
I agree, it's concerning. And that snapper closure runs till 31 January.
31, yeah. So we've got the end of January, so we're basically staring. We're talking 7 months.
So February 1 will be a big day, I reckon.
Oh, that
is assuming that the ban isn't extended or anything like that.
Well, yeah, that's true. So, I mean, again, let's not speculate here, but let's have a look at what day Feb 1 falls on. Feb 1's a Wednesday.
Yeah, look, I can wrangle with that.
So I probably have that day off. But I dare say that Saturday the 4th, Sunday the 5th will be some of the busiest days.
That could be the tuna. That could be the tuna comp.
Oh, that could be the tuna comp.
And I suppose the other thing is it worth taking a day off work for one snapper?
Yeah. Well, catch and release, mate. You can pull out 10. You just got to throw them back. Geez, I reckon the feds be hot on them that day.
Yeah, it will be interesting what they say about catch and release fishing too, because currently you're not allowed to target them.
Yeah.
So are you allowed to target them for catch and release once you've caught your fish?
Maybe not.
Who knows, Diz?
Watch this space, Roddy. But that's a very good little news piece to end on because, geez, we're salivating at the thought of being able to get our arms stretched at some big reds again.
We are, Diz. We can't wait.
Roddy, that just about wraps up our news segment.
Yes, Diz. We are just getting organised with Cadel and Tim. We're going to get them live in the studio, Diz.
Really exciting stuff. We don't have to get them on the line this time. They're going to be joining us live. Roddy, very exciting to have our two guests live in the studio. Cadel and Tim Harris. How are you both going?
Good.
Good, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you both very much for coming in. Today we're really excited to talk all things fishing with you both, aren't we, Roddy?
We are, Diz. So Cadel is the 2022 Reeling In Junior Anglers Ambassador for Adelaide Metro South. Is that correct, Cadel?
Yes.
Perfect.
Well done, Cadel. That's really exciting. We look forward to hearing about that later. We follow everything to do with that very closely on Facebook, but we want to do the 5 questions with you first. So, Cadel, tell us about your best fish.
A squid, a 29 hood squid that I caught at Moonta when we went camping and we could see them in the water attacking the lure.
Oh, that would have been cool.
And also a 60 centimetre carp.
Beautiful. It's so cool when you see the squid in the water, isn't it? When it's a nice clear day. What colour lure did you use?
Pink.
Pink? That you go to?
Yeah. My dad was using a Tommy Ruff, like an actual.
Yeah.
It looked like an actual Tommy Ruff, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. It's always good when you trick them with the lures, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did the ink all over you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I came home with inky hands. It was my first time catching a squid without a float.
Oh, awesome. Well done. That would have been really good. Cadel, tell us your favourite thing about fishing.
I like catching all of the fish and getting fresh air and talking to people.
Yes, you're very good at talking. You've been an excellent sort of advocate, and that's no doubt why you got involved in the Reeling in Juniors ambassador. Do you outfish your dad? You can say something controversial here if you like.
Most of the time.
Tim's here as well, and he's not denying it either.
Yeah, it makes it hard when you've got to bait up hooks and cast out, and maybe the odd tangle here and there, but it's all good.
I'm learning how to bait the hook.
Yeah, doing a good job,
Yes,
mate. You're doing an
that's
awesome
it.
job. Yeah.
That's all a part of it. Now, Cadel, you were just telling us before, but tell the listeners what your first fishing memory was.
I went to Port Broughton and I got my dad's old fishing rod when he was a kid, and we were catching trumpeters. And I remember my first fish that I caught was like a sand whiting.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. What'd you catch the sand whiting on? Just some cockles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I then caught 2 trumpeters on the same hook.
Oh,
Really? Wow,
And
that would have
they
been
were
awesome.
Stuck.
That's pretty crazy, yeah.
So that would have been a good holiday down at Port Broughton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been back there since?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Very
We
good.
camped and we caught yellowfin whiting.
Oh, they're good eating
Of
too, aren't they?
bloodworms.
we were just talking about bloodworms in the news.
Very exciting. So, Cadel, tell us about your favourite sort of fishing.
I like jetty fishing
Yeah.
and fishing off the beach, because off the jetty I can look at other people's fish that they catch, and I can get the fresh air, and it's just fun when you're higher than the water, seeing all of the fish
That's it.
Gives you a good
Swimming
perspective,
around.
doesn't it? Yeah.
biting the hook. And on the beach I like my toes in the sand and casting out a long way.
How far can you cast? Don't know.
Out to the
It's
lead
getting
line.
it's getting a lot better. Yeah, it's
Better.
doing a good job.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm good with his 9-foot rod.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
looking for one for me.
That's good.
Something nice and light that you
Yeah.
can carry around
Flip
for
it
the day.
A
Yeah.
longer one though.
Yeah.
Like a 9-foot. Kayaking also.
Oh, you're going to get into kayaking.
We have a
Oh,
kayak.
you've got
A
one.
double. We bought it off the next door neighbour. He normally makes it move. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't.
Yeah, Dad's the
I'm
motor.
fishing.
Where do you take that, Cadel?
Maponga and Happy Valley.
Beautiful.
Very good. It's always good going down the jetties, isn't it? Looking in everyone's buckets and seeing what they've caught.
Yeah. I love
Awesome.
that.
And you like to chew the ear off everyone on the thing, and you always find someone to gravitate towards and find out all the secrets from the old fellas and things like that, don't you?
That's
Yeah.
That's how you learn anyway.
Take their fishing spots. Cadel, tell us one of your funniest fishing stories, or a time where the fish got away.
Ooh, that's a hard. When my funniest fishing story, the one that got away, it almost got away. We were fishing off the beach,
Yeah.
and when we hooked onto the first one of the day, we were reeling it in, and it came off the lure. My dad said, "Reel," and I was like in my head, "I can't." And then it was on the beach, and I started chasing it to pick it up, to throw it on the beach so the waves couldn't come it in before the next one. And Dad came down and just got it, and we got our shoes all wet. But it was worth it.
What sort of fish was it?
Salmon trout.
Salmon trout? Was it flapping around?
Yeah.
So you just got it before it got away. Oh, nice. That's the dedication we like to hear from you, young keen anglers. Sometimes the older people just go, we'll catch another one. Don't worry about it. Awesome, mate. Really good.
I always get annoyed when I lose one.
Yeah, so do we, Cadel. Don't worry about that. Now, Cadel, can you tell us about what it's like being one of the Reeling In Junior Anglers ambassadors?
It's fun and I like doing it because I can show people what I catch and see what other people catch and see what their adventures are like, and they can see what ours are, and exploring on it and seeing all of the fish. Yeah. I like seeing the fish on it. It's also a fun way.
And what does it feel like to be a bit of a famous fisherman now, Cadel? You're in the media, you're on the website and all that, Facebook.
You're making a bit of a name for yourself.
You got all shy on us, Cadel.
Yeah, you're not the shy and retiring type, mate?
We've pumped up his tyres too much here. Sorry, guys.
No, you've done some fantastic stuff, and the Junior Anglers program that Lee's got up and about is really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you done the measuring the fish and all that, Cadel, at the clinics?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favourite part of the clinics that they run?
Going camping when we went to the reservoir.
Yeah.
The reservoir one, we brought our own kayak.
Yeah.
And we went there. We did it.
Yeah. And did you dig for the cockles in the sandpit?
Yeah.
Because you've been real cockling, haven't you, Cadel? You tell us about that.
Well, we were with a friend. We went camping there again.
Yeah.
And we were shuffling in the sand, doing what we're supposed to do. And sometimes before the waves came up without even shuffling, you could see big ones sticking out. So you ran and picked those up, got them, and then when the waves came in, and we put them in the net, and then we netted them again. But sometimes we could just pick them up with our hands. Dad was using the net, and one time we had a whole bunch in the net, and before we got to measure them, we were just putting ones that we thought looked legal in, then we would measure them after it came out of the net lot. But that didn't matter, we found a lot more.
You got plenty, did you, Cadel?
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you use them as bait?
We've used some, but we haven't used them all yet.
Yeah. It's really good when you get onto a patch of them and you can get lots of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do that again.
Yeah, it's lovely down there at Gore. You can get your sand genuinely in between your toes then, can't you?
Yeah.
That's it. Right, Cadel, you were very kind to us and brought us in a bag of some soft plastics, but we didn't realise you had such a talent in the arts and crafts area, because you and your dad have been getting out the 3D printer and making moulds. Tell us all about your soft plastics.
Well, we have been experimenting with all different colours and finding ones that we can catch fish on. And we have been with the 3D printer. We have a resin and filament. We have been using them, and we have been printing lots of different moulds. And we have been making soft plastics with them, like grubs, paddle tails and colours, and we have experimented with this one when we inject red into a printer, and then we cut off the top, this bit of the red, then we re-inject it with a colour green we did, then it's supposed to stick to the tail, the plastic, and then
so it makes it two colour, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
you've had some success. You caught some redfin, you told us, Cadel.
Yeah, but this was with a mould that we made with, modelling clay, and we made it, and then there's another one in here, but this was one that we made when, this is my dad's mould.
Yeah, we got a picture with Cadel with the with his soft plastics that we'll put up on the social media.
And then,
but they've got a big range, Diz, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. We had a whole handful, Brody. There's a lot of work gone into these soft plastics, and they look really cool. Cadel, why don't you tell us your favourite colour? Your most successful colour, maybe.
Oh, for redfin, I like using watermelon.
And you've got some with sparkles and they glow in the dark?
Yes, this is our own watermelon. And when we also showed them some of our moulds that we bring in for our filament and resin. But I think my soft plastic one of the modelling clay might be in the tub.
Oh, that's all right. It's all good.
We'll put the photo up so everyone can see all of your hard work.
And we're going to get a bit of a parent's perspective now, Diz. Tim, tell us about what's your thoughts on the Junior Anglers program?
Oh, I think it's great. Just to see the amount of kids that can get out there. When I first looked it up and saw it come through on the social media, and thought that'd be something really awesome for Cadel, because we were just starting out, and sometimes the little fellas and girls don't want to listen to their old man to try and teach them. So sometimes it's nice to get a perspective from someone else.
Yeah.
And it just builds up their knowledge base. But you when we've been to the clinics and you see the range, the gear that they've got, the rods and the reels, they look fantastic. All set up, ready to go. The barbecue's going, which is always good. And just seeing the measuring stations and things like that, and it's all about learning how to fish and about sustainability. So making sure that if you're going to keep a fish, you're going to keep the right fish.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really good, and it's just you meet new people, which is really, really good, and new connections. And so when you see them out and about, you can say hello. So it's really great.
When I went to one of the clinics, I saw all of the ambassadors.
Yeah, and we saw you down at the West Lakes Fishing Showcase, Cadel, didn't we? That's where we first met you.
Yep, and that's when I saw all of the ambassadors.
Oh, they were all there that day, were they?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, met a couple of a few of them, didn't we? Yeah, so that was good fun. And there's different ages and people fishing, doing different things. There's a couple that probably get out on boats more often than we're land based, besides the kayak on the reservoir, but generally we're land based. But it's good to see what people are doing, and on the Facebook when they do their post their catches. It's good. To see that.
It's a great program, isn't it, Diz? We're very impressed with the work that Lee and her team have done to get such a great resource to raise the younger generation of fishers.
Absolutely, and also what a great way for you guys to spend some time together, getting out in nature, and you've got a bit of a hobby together now, which is good, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. We've got our routines. If it's the playlist in the morning when we go
morning fishing,
and we get up early in the morning. Saturday morning's our morning to go fishing.
4, 5.
Yeah, we'd like to get down here to Port Noarlunga or somewhere like that, before the sun comes up.
And then so then we can catch all of the Tommies or fish on the sun when the sun rises.
Beautiful. And Tim, we've both got young babies. Little bit off fishing. We have taken them out in the boat, but what's your tips for getting your kids into fishing?
Remember, it's about them learning. So put your aspirations to the side if you're going out for a big session, and
that's going to be hard with Brody.
Maybe don't take them out to the outer islands or anything like that. In the first couple of trips, a session might only be an hour and a half early on as they build up their resilience and patience. Patience is the big one. You don't always catch a fish, and sometimes you drop a fish, you can get the angry pants on sometimes with that, can't you, Cadel? But then you've got to get that out of your system. But so just remember, it's about them. Learn a little bit here. Keep learning. The trip down to where you're fishing, talk about what you're doing and what you might see, and then just sort of just remain positive.
We have come home some days with nothing in our bucket, but we went out the next time and we caught
fill it up.
Some.
That's right.
And also, I agree. Don't take them out to big places like islands, but I really want to go to place.
Yeah, I really want to do some.
to it.
We've got to, he keeps trying to hit me up to get a boat, and I say usually the best thing is to know someone who's got a boat. Maybe you guys can attest to that. But I think in a couple of weeks' time we're actually going to finally do our 2020 trip to Cairns, and we've got some family up there. They've got a boat, so we might get out, try and catch some sort of tropical fish, and that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm begging him to get a boat. I really want to go to Kangaroo Island.
Oh, Kangaroo Island's great. I'm sure you'll get there one day, Cadel.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have been absolutely fantastic guests. I was going to ask you what your next fishing trip is, but you've probably already answered it if you're going to Cairns and you want to go to Kangaroo Island. But we can't wait to see what you get up to, Cadel. You'll have to make sure you tag us in everything you do on Facebook, and maybe one day we can take you out fishing on our boat.
And enjoy your new beanie, Cadel.
Yes.
Yeah, it certainly will.
And thanks for the lures. I'm sure we'll catch some fish on those little soft plastics.
I think if you looked at our shed, you could probably see that we've got all the gear at the moment, and we're building up the idea at the moment. So yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Cadel and Tim, for coming on. It's been great to have you on the show, and we'll keep in contact.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Really good to have Cadel and Tim on, Rhodey.
Yes, it is great to get a guest in studio.
Yeah, no, really good to have them live and them get to see our setup and get to catch up with Cadel and Tim. So, no, that was really good. But
and Cadel loved checking out our boat.
Yes, we did get a chance to show Cadel the boat. That was really good because he's been putting some heat on his old man Tim to get him a boat, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think Tim put a bit of pressure back on Cadel to sell some soft plastics to fund the boat.
Yeah, that's right. He said, "Oh, you start selling the soft plastics, I'll buy the boat."
So anyway, the soft plastics are bloody good looking, Diz.
They are. They're very good.
Just having a look at them
Good
now. But we'll
quality.
put a photo up on the social media for you all to have a look at.
Absolutely.
But
Really
another
good.
great guest, Diz.
Yep, no, well done, Rhodey. Really good. So let's get into our report, Rhodey.
Yep.
Because we've got a bit to get through that report before we tuck into the tackle light of the week and round out the episode. So, report, barrels at Port Mac. Really pleased to still see some reports of barrels from Portland, Port Mac region. Port Mac fishing charters have been doing quite well. Would have liked to have got down there this weekend, but just couldn't line that up. So next weekend it is.
Yep.
And we're hoping that the weather plays the game and the barrels are hungry.
And they did share a picture, it is on June 14th, of a 102 kilo, 125 kilo and an 89 kilo tuna all in the one photo.
Yes.
So that would indicate they got that on one day.
Serious fishing.
So they've been doing well. They've put lots of photos up. The Portland tackle shop also shares quite a few barrel photos. So there's plenty down there, Diz.
Yeah, no, I'm very impressed with how that's been looking. So we really hope that stays the same.
And Diz, winter whiting.
Winter whiting, Rhodey, very good. So pleased to be able to get onto a few. I think you'd mentioned that we sort of got about 30, 35 odd, something like that over the weekend. So that was really good to get amongst them. Like I think we said, we had a couple of good sessions, got some mates onto the fish, which was really good. And as always, really good chewing.
Yep, Diz, the Let's Go Fishing cockles did the damage.
Let's Go Fishing cockles absolutely did the damage. They'll be able to sort you out down there of really good quality Galway cockles. They're obviously hard to get your hands on, but they're certainly better quality than the imported stuff. So don't be fooled. Make sure what you're getting is Galway cockles and drop down there and see the boys if you need some.
And I also did well on the squid, Diz.
Yeah, you did do well on the
squid bait.
I wasn't rating your squid.
No one really gave my squid anything, and then I reeled off 6 fish in a row, one piece of squid.
It's a bit hit and miss for mine. The squid, like sometimes you smash them on them, sometimes not. But these ones just...
I always think just having a second or a third bait option obviously increases your chances, and it doesn't hurt.
Yep. No, I agree.
What else has been biting, Diz?
So, the salmon comp, Brody, that's absolutely going guns blazing down well, down south really, but Let's Go Fishing's salmon comp is certainly the one you want to be a part of.
Yeah, so plenty of entries. They share them on their Facebook and they put you into a prize draw, I think, Diz, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Tim got his fish down there, so that was really pleasing. Tim and Cadel got amongst them. There's obviously been lots of others, some small, some big, and just a whole array of different fish.
And where are they getting them, Diz? Port Noarlunga, Southport?
Yeah, I reckon most of them, they're certainly not going to be giving away their secret spots, but it's down that way. They're getting them probably from Port Noarlunga Jetty. I would have thought they do quite well that time of year. Mark is the comp leader, I believe, at this stage. That photo that Dan and the guys shared down there at Let's Go Fishing is absolute stonker.
Yeah, have you got to wait on that, or...?
They don't give it away.
Nah, fair enough.
Because they want to build that suspense, Rody, but very good looking fish and definitely the comp leader at the moment, no question.
Yeah, and what about Diz, the mullet normally fire around now?
Yeah, so they're getting pretty busy down at Yorks. People who like sort of chasing a few mullet in the shallows, and
yeah, I saw the Point Turton Caravan Park shared some good mullet catches.
Yeah, I mean, I think they smoke mullet.
Yeah, I think you can
go. Like, I'm not a huge mullet eater myself, but like really good, good little fish to target off the beaches and that type of thing.
Yeah, and Diz, changing tack, we've got a big cod that SA Angler shared.
Yeah, geez, absolute stonker. 127 centimetre cod.
Yep.
SA Angler had a post up. 3 guys down there taking good care of a big cod.
And they were certainly abiding by the rules, Diz. They jumped right in the water with it.
They all did. Of course, they had their life jackets on, their PFDs.
It was an actual clinic on how to care for Murray cod, really, wasn't it, that picture?
It was. It really was. Excellent. Excellent to see that, that's for sure. And just one last little piece of news coming out of the report. Rody, friend of the show, Jake Keller.
Yep.
Had a little visitor most recently in the last sort of week or so. Was out midweek, West Beach. Had about a 2.5 metre great white circling the boat. Yep. Jake was quite pleased that mum and dad weren't sort of following the little young pup around the place. But bit of suspense. Bit of action around the boat, which is always a bit of good fun, right?
And Jake picked up a couple of beanies too, Diz, so good on him.
Yeah, he did. Great supporter of the show, so we thank him for that, and we thank him for showing us what he's been up to.
And we love you sharing your fishing pictures or videos or stories with us on social media, so keep them coming.
Of course we do, mate. Absolutely. Righto, Roddy, let's round that out because we're nearing the end of today's episode, and of course we do need to get through the tackle item of the week, which would seem like the most sensible, timely of tackle items would be one of Dan's, the Fishing Guru, salmon lures.
Yeah, Diz, tell us about these. He's been talking these up.
Yeah, Dan's been doing a lot of work at this time of year, just spreading the good word about the salmon comp they're running, which is really good for, obviously fishing tends to slow down in the winter. People probably not as happy to get out there in the cold, but you still do get nice days, you get good mornings. We just heard from Cadel, it's really great to get down there, get out in nature with your family and flick a few lures around. But Dan's been just popping a few lures around to people on the Port Noarlunga jetty when he's had a spare moment.
Yep.
And they're great looking little, sort of like, almost like a little lumo, like a little whitebait sort of type of look. A few frills on the end of the plastic just to spark a bit of interest. And
and you got your hands on one, Diz?
Yeah. Well, I went down and got myself some cockles and a bit of gear from the guys down at Let's Go Fishing before the June long weekend. And Dan was nice enough to send one our way, and we weren't targeting salmon trout that weekend. We did say we were sort of chasing the whiting, and of course Dan's rigs did the trick there.
Yep.
No surprises. Hand tied, but
I'm still yet to see Dizzy tie a rig since he met the Fishing Guru.
So that was really pleasing. But yeah, the salmon lures, get down there, get amongst the salmon comp, grab yourself a lure. Dan, Boyd and the team, whoever's in the shop there, will make sure they look after you and tell you where you need to go to get one.
They will, Diz. And one last thing. We've got some breaking news here on the podcast, Diz.
We do, Rody. We've been... We're going 59 episodes strong at the moment.
Yeah, and our little USB mic has held up
tether.
pretty well for 59 episodes.
It has. We've had some good episodes where we've had sound quality which has rivaled some of the best. But we also acknowledge that sometimes our sound quality lets us down.
Often when we have a phone-in guest, Diz, or when you're in trouble with COVID.
Yes, that's right. So we do apologise for those. Nothing. I know exactly what it's like to have a podcast where you have to turn it up 1 minute, down the next, up the next, down the next.
But big breaking news, Diz. We are just in the market. We're doing our research. We've almost decided, and we're getting a new mixer.
Oh, jeez.
So that's going to put us in sort of the Hamish and Andy sort of, the Howie games in that sort of stratosphere.
We
I
are.
reckon.
We're going to take Hamish and Andy on at their own game.
So yes, guys, that's the news. The podcast quality is about to go through the roof.
Yeah. If you thought my sweet melodies coming out of my mouth were good now, you just wait until we get that mixer.
So the quality of our phone guests is going to be a lot better. We're going to be able to control the different volumes.
I'm worried that people are going to bloody fall asleep once they start hearing my sweet melodies.
So that's what you've all got to look forward to. So make sure you keep listening. Tell your friends. The podcast is about to go bigger and better.
We'll get a photo of the piece of kit once we get it on here.
Well, I get a picture out the front of the store.
Yeah, we will, I reckon. We will.
And also, guys, don't forget about your beanies. Get in contact if you want the last of this lot.
Yep.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
And thanks again to Tim and Cadel for coming on.
Well done. Cheers, Rody.
Rody and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.